So you find my liver just to let it out and get this RDU. But they still want more from me. But they still want more from me. Put a pretty bitch on her knees. And so did she tell me, stop me please. And my trust in her roll like a diamond. That little kid is so bad like a tiger. Haven't stopped dropping all my diamonds. Been lieutenant treat me like your highness. It's so deep and now she wonder why she stopped. Got a rebel shit trying to ball. Wonder how much I'm up there, I never know. Hit a book and I fall on my soul. Niggas talking my shit, they ain't never do. It's my business, the schedule is over. I got all of these racks on my schedule. Got my cup and I pull up some more. Spread my wings and I switch it like feathers do. Then they wanna put me on my head of you. Shit so stop me, surprised when you ready you. It's only in my ears, so right there, bang you. Who wants smoke is this big what I'm tending to. They tell us CJ from me, I ain't been the same. Oh no.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go, here in Baltimore. This taken in at the goal line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Daniels starts with a pass. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incompletely. Might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
A first down throw for Jackson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Jackson now on second down. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
On third down, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens are out to an early 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here we go. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. The motion man here is McClure. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. He's got his team a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now pass deep from McClory. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go, nigga.
He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. 2 choices down there. Either work it up inside or use that speed to the edge. And Greggy's able to sneak it in for the touchdown.
Down here this close, Mike, there's a lot of bodies in there tight. So oftentimes, if you can get them back on the edge, they can rely on that speed, and that's exactly what we saw here. He wins the race to the pylon, and he's rewarded with 6 points.
The extra point, up and good. And the Commanders move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 2. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. No motion over Flowers. A give right up the middle to Henry. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Jackson. He keeps it himself. Jackson, so nimble. He's got the first down and wisely gives himself up at the end. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Deron Payne there for the stop. Second down and 8. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Bateman is the motion man. From the gun, Jackson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air one more time with Jackson. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens are back within 1. It's 7-6. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here we go on the return from the 1. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. That's taken in. It's
damn it.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. In motion comes Andrews. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. In motion comes Andrews. Gonna go right back to Henry. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens 1st down. They'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? And this is 3rd and short. Just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Bateman is the motion man. Now there's a throw out wide. Hey, this might be a double pass. The throw is going to be caught. And it works to perfection. A double pass leading to a run into the end zone for a touchdown. Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The motion man here is McClure. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll go play action here with Daniels. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. So 31 yards on this play. A second big one in a row, and another 1st down. The motion man here is McClure. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
The RPO, this one to McLaurin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They run this straight ahead with Eckler. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Man in motion is Brown. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good. but a touchdown does, so I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
Go. Hey, report.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll motion over Flowers. Second down, Jackson. He'll look underneath for Henry. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
They'll drop to throw. Now he takes off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Jackson looking to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
On the give, here's Henry. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll motion over Flowers. To throw is Jackson. This one, downfield, looking for Henry. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And a Good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be taken in at the 2. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Play action. Here's Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
Daniels now on 1st down. That one complete to Brian Robinson. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Here comes 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Throw to the sideline, well done. Good job with the feet, stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes they do, have the 1st down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
The tight end Ertz in motion. Daniels gonna throw again. He finds the veteran Ertz. They come up for 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Throwing again, Daniel. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
In motion comes Andrews. They'll give it, going left. There's Henry. Has the 40. Derrick Henry. Inside the 10. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a 2-possession game here late.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Hey,
So
what
the
the
kickoff
fuck?
team out
Popeye
there
going
one
crazy
final
in this
time
one.
in the final minute as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the 3. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st down. Here's Robinson. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. So it's a win here for the Ravens. And it was their...
She tried to sell crack, but ended up getting robbed. So now what's next? It ain't nothing left to sell. So she sees sex as a way of leaving heaven. It's paying the rent, so she really can't complain. Prostitute, fast, slang. And Brennan's the name.
She got a baby. Don't you know she got? Don't you know she's got? Don't you know she's got a baby?
EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Throwing right away is Daniels. This will be caught by Brown. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Let's go now. Just the Eagles.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Daniels looking to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Now Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Running left, it's Henry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Trying to push forward, but he is going to be stumped up in the backfield. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll roll him out right. And out of bounds right around the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A first down carry for Henry. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He's going to get it running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Think about what the fuck he did, man.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Jackson from the shotgun. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Jackson now. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that one results in 35 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Jackson will keep it, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They'll motion McLaurin left. Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now 2nd and 5. To throw is Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Daniels. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a handoff to Henry. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again to Henry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. They'll run it again with Henry.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Here it is, 4th and inches. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Henry, and he's into the end zone with no time left on the clock. And they're an of winning this game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. The kick is good, and can you believe this? They win it with zeros on the clock. Well, this was a game we'll have in the memory banks for a while. The winning touchdown at the end, and then they had to get that extra point. You know, the knees were shaking, but he put it through, and boom, a dramatic victory.
And just remember, prior to 2015, that extra point almost felt routine, didn't it? Like it was a fait accompli. But when we moved it back to the 15, now the drama kicked in. So, yes, the touchdown, extremely important. Obviously, they had to have it. That was huge. But that was not a gimme, and he knocked it through the post.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Papa going crazy. this one.
Listening to us and looking up to us, because a lot of them don't have no father figure in their house. And then the rest of you get on you lying about talk about square. Get off of it, man. Because if you don't talk about square and talk about the drug game, you need to talk about the bad side of the drug game too.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the link. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Right to the air goes Daniels. He's going to air one out right away. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
An opening play call like that, Mike, has exactly one goal. Let's connect on something early and quiet this home crowd. But all they did was energize him. I mean, listen to this place after that interception. They're feeding into it. They're giving this offense extra momentum as they now take the field.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It is a big play for the Eagles. 33 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Man in motion is Brown. On first down, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Hurts to the air on first down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. generate some early chunk plays, and try to get some points.
A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get, the offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
They get away from their running back down here near the goal line, Mike. They change it up. They give the ball to their wide receiver. He gets stuffed. Not a lot of space to operate down here.
3rd and goal. To throw is Hurts. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. On play action, Daniels. Downfield, there's the veteran Ertz. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. Here's 2nd and 9. The motion man here is McClure. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll go. Here's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth.